Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lisa. I'm a mum, a colour pencil artist who mainly focus on wildlife art, but I also love creating food themed pieces to help beginners build their skills. In this video, I'm sharing a shorter version of my tomato tutorial, a great subject to practice layering, blending and building vibrant colour. If you'd like to follow along in a full real-time tutorial, complete with reference photo, material list and line art, you can find it on my website by signing up to Patreon. I've got over 50 tutorials available from beginner pieces to more advanced wildlife projects. There's something for everyone. Now let's take a look at how this tomato came to life. So the first thing we're going to do before we even get started is study our reference photo and have a look at all the colours that we can see underneath the red. So you look at it straight away and you think, yep, it's red, right? Wrong. There are a lot of different colours underneath. To have a look around the tomato, you can see some grey, pink, yellow, orange, darker red, and some white highlights. So these are the things we're going to start putting in first, so make sure to get rid of your outline, otherwise you will be able to see this through the red colours, so you want to make sure you're deleting it really well. And then we're just going to go through and start to glaze in some of those colours that we can see underneath that we just spoke about. When you're putting your pencil down, make sure to hold it further back on the pencil on the side, and you're just really gently glazing the pencil down. You don't want to go in with any hard strokes or sharp edges because we want it to be nice and smooth. In this part of the tutorial, we speak about going around the edge of the tomato. So when you're putting your pencil strokes down, make sure to go up against the edge and then sweep it into the middle. So if you're sort of trying to go around the line of the tomato, it may go over and you may make it sort of bumpy and that sort of thing. But if you curve your pencil strokes in towards the center, then you're always going to be making sure that you keep the right edge as you go around the circular object. And as you're working around the tomato and going in with your lighter underlayers, base layers, we want to make sure that we're going in with a really light pressure. So when you go in with a really light pressure, this just means that you're able to put down a lot of layers, and this is where you can get all of those details and under colors, creating all that depth and darkness as you build up all of the layers. So if you're going with a really hard pressure with one or two colors, you'll get sort of a really flat color. But if you go in really lightly with a lot of different colors, building them up really gradually, it makes it seem a little bit deeper and more of a 3D realistic effect, which is what we're going for with this sort of thing. And as you start to build up the colors, you'll find that you'll go in with the red colors to start to build up all of the darker red tones, but then you can go back over with your pinks, oranges, yellows, the grays, and resaturate all of these colors, because again, we really want to build up those layers really gradually, making it a nice, deep, rich color. And then when you've mapped out where all of those undercolors are, you can start to go in with a harder pressure with your red colors, helping to blend the paper down, make it nice and smooth. And remember, you keep going over with those undercolors and just blending it all together. For this piece where there was the darker red color, I didn't go in with any black or grey, I just went in with some of the juniper green really lightly over this. Just going really lightly in sort of circular motions, blending it down will help to darken it without giving it any sort of muddy texture, because you're just mixing the green and the red together, which makes like a grey tone, which is exactly what we want to do. And I really wasn't wanting to use a colour pencil blender for this one, but the paper I was using just wasn't blending as nicely as I wanted. So I did go in with zested pencil blend and a brush just to blend all of this down. If you haven't used a liquid blender before, it's great just to get all of the pencil to saturate the page and get rid of all of the white little tooth of the paper, making it look nice and smooth and rich. Just going in really lightly into the lighter sections first and then to the darker sections, making sure not to pull any of the darker colors into the lighter highlight sections. And then while I was waiting for that to dry, I just went in with some of the juniper green into the stalk and the earth green yellowish just to add all of that in. Again, I didn't use any black, I just mixed dark red and the juniper green to get all of those dark colors. So I didn't use any black in this at all. But if this still sounds really confusing or you're still needing more assistance, remember this is a full real-time tutorial on my Patreon. You get given the reference photo, the line art, the material list, and step-by-step instructions. It takes around an hour and a half to complete this sort of thing. and you do learn a lot along the way. But then once that's dried, we go back over with some more colours to blend it all down and build up all the colours. I do go in with a white waxy pencil just to dot around a couple of those little highlight sections. But I really hope that you like this one, guys. Remember to like and subscribe and let me know what you think of this one in the comments below. What sort of fruit or food would you like to see in the future? Here's a look at the final result, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.